it gives clarity to everybody. It gives everybody a peace of mind. So if anything happens, just fall back on plan B, the contingency plan they put in place. So that's why all this legal documentation. Yeah. Okay, so when we talk about stakeholders, they could be family, they could be my fellow shareholders, they could be my partners. Okay, so these are all your stakeholders. So we would need to come to terms. So should anything happens to me, who's going to succeed me? Okay, if it's family, which of my kids are going to step up? Yeah, is he ready? Is he willing? Is he able and capable? Is he qualified for that matter? Okay. Then we have to decide then who's going to be the one running the show. Okay, taking the hot seat. Sometimes it could be my fellow shareholders. Are they okay for my kid to take over part of the running of the business? Are they comfortable working with him? Okay. Then again, also, what if my kid says, "Oh, look, sorry, I am not interested, not keen. Okay, I'm making money with my other businesses and all, so I'm gonna give this a miss. Maybe I want to sell. Since I'm gonna take over the shares, I might as well sell it. So if you sell it, how much should the sale price be? Is it gonna be fair market value? Is it gonna be equitable for everybody? Okay." And then also, again, if somebody were to buy, then would they have to pay a lump sum, or are they allowed to pay by installments? Okay, so this have to be clarified. So from my shareholders' point of view, from my partner's point of view, so they also want to know, so if something happens to them, then can their family take over the business? Again, vice versa. And then if not, then if they are going to be taking over my share of the business, would they want to buy out? Would they be allowed to pay by installments? Would they be allowed to pay installments without interest? So what amount should that be? Okay. So these are all the considerations, all the conversations we need to have before things happen. Yeah. So of course, most importantly is my widow wants to know. So will I be getting back the money's worth or not? Okay. Will there be any bargaining as to how much it should be worth? We'll have to accept installment payments. So all these kind of complicating things that could happen. So that's why the conversation of having this in place beforehand is so important. So we talk about black and white, i.e. it means some form of documentation. Okay, that's why I talk about the buy and sell agreement. I talk about the business will, so-called. Is to put things in black and white to ensure that if anything happens to me, my partners will know what to do, my shareholders will know what to do, my family knows what to do. Okay. So in the buy and sell agreement, if it states that if I'm not around anymore, okay, then my family would sell my shares to my existing partners and shareholders, okay, for a stipulated price. Okay. And then for the shareholders, is for them to buy out my family to ensure that they don't need to have the stress of running the business. They will take over. In fact, they will pay a lump sum back to the family again. So having this black and white, this documentation is so important. More so, it gives clarity to everybody. It gives everybody a peace of mind. So if anything happens, just fall back on plan B, the contingency plan they put in place. So that's why all this legal documentation. Yeah. So when you ask me the importance of doing something in black and white, right? Yeah. So I've heard of some horror stories of how some business partners came to an understanding of how things should be done, but did not put it down in an agreement format. Did not put it down legally, so to speak. They somehow have so much trust in each other that they felt that having a verbal agreement would suffice. Okay. But I felt that, in fact, if this is so important to the family, that's what I mentioned earlier, right? Writing a buy and sell agreement is so important as writing a will. So it's so important, why can't we formalize it? Why can't we put it in black and white, okay? I mean, for me, the last time I made a verbal agreement to my ex-girlfriend was in church. For better, for worse, till death do us part. And I seal it with a marriage certificate. But to have a verbal agreement to say that, oh, I will buy, I will sell, at what price, and nothing finalized, nothing put in print, is so dangerous. It isn't fair to the people around us. Not fair to the family, not fair to the shareholders, that if things do happen, anybody can fall back on their agreement, and that could be devastating. Okay? Family can be ruined, partnership, shareholders, companies can be ruined because of the lack of understanding and formalizing it legally. Yeah, so I think I still stand on that ground that having a written buy-sell agreement, having a legal documentation done, is as important as writing a will, for the benefit of the family, for the benefit of my fellow shareholders and partners of my firm.